We are Power 95, where music lives. Ladies Room. Come see you compliments. Renwick Thompson and Company Limited. Agents for Western Union.
2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6.
Education multiplies their chances and places the world of opportunity in their hands. No matter where they are in the world, make sure they are prepared for their journey back to school with Western Union. School fees, books, room and board, whatever the reason. Knowledge, independence, opportunity. Western Union, moving money for better.
This is Power 95.
Okay, we never stop.
Where music lives.
As soon as the sound drop, I can't see but just believe that I find myself in a zone and you know I ain't stalling, no. Yeah, I get in on the walls cause it's fighting, yeah. Feel so high like a fire up in the air. I gone to another level, I don't know how. It's a different kind of pumping now. Feeling like a jumping. Take control of me body. Anytime that the rhythm hit me. I listen to therapy party. It's all in the head. 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 So much of my cannot complain. Such a nice feeling in the brain. Control my mind to me, but straight. And I'm afraid to do it again.
Look at you, Deborah. But good morning and Merry Christmas. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome back to the show. Shante, good morning. Good morning, Betty, and good morning, Akeem. Derek Huffy, good morning. Giads, good morning. Kyra, good morning. Jenalyn, good morning. Jacqueline, good morning. J. Douglas Adams. Good morning, Deborah. Many happy returns. Chris, good morning. Queen B, good morning. Gwendolyn, good morning. Lisa, good morning. Rita, good morning. I swear this song have a jumbie. It's how many weeks now? And whenever I hear this one, it still sounds like so good, you know? And that's when you know good music that has longevity. You play it long after the fact and it still have a buzz, you know? Well written, vocals on point, instruments. It's just one of the songs that'll forever be like good. Good morning, Claudine. How are you? I am well. Yeah, not 100, but we pushing. Terrence Wells, John Strokes, good morning. Valerie Ross, Ingrid, good morning. Delroy, Donnie Moscow, what up? Morning, Shireen. Thank you so much. Hurry up on Running Man. Come on in, guys, and share the live. I don't know about you all, but I think this year was a really good year for music. Really good year for the grooves, you know? You play them and they're still sounding so good. Normally after Carnival, they be like, can't take on this one in my head, no? But you hear them and you're like, yes. You know, it relives all the memories of Carnival, the good times you had with your friends and family, because that's all we got left right now, you know, memories, and music definitely makes it, you know, so much more special. So again, we can't stop saying thank you enough to all the artists. I know sometimes you're taken for granted and it's like you have to, but you don't have to do nothing, you know, so continue to say thanks for your contribution. You know, thanks for making good music. Thanks to the production guys. You know, thank you so much. Big up, big up, big up. It's always good vibes, yeah? A lot to talk about this morning, so we're going to jump right into it. Morning, Doobie. Morning, Nikki. Kishan Thomas, you sent me my news as yet, as you're here talking about you here. Morning, Sonia. So come on in and share the live, guys. So I have two things. We've got the lady to talk about, like with the situation, married young and now feeling a type of way. But I have a question, and I want you guys to answer me honestly. Question: I'm sure you all have seen what's happening out there with Steve Harvey and his wife, right? My question is, why is it so easy to believe the worst about people than the best or the good things about them? Why is it we gravitate so much towards the worst or the bad or the negatives? Because, I mean, some of y'all are really gullible. Let's just put that out there. Because first and foremost, whenever I see something like this, I go to the bigger blog pages like the Shade Room, etc. Because hate them or like them, they're usually on the ball when it comes to celebrity gossip. And when I saw that thing circulating about his wife filing for divorce because she slept with a bodyguard, I'm like, yeah, whatever. And I immediately hightailed it over to the Shade Room to check for myself. I scoured the entire, I went back to like 2 weeks and absolutely nothing. But people continue to share it. But when you check the blogs that's sharing it, it's like no name blogs, nothing of substance, and people are sharing this like wildfire, and people are going so far as to rejoice over this alleged divorce that's taking place. So much so, the man is posting his wife on Twitter and IG. The man has denied that there's any truth to it, but yet still people want to believe what they want to believe, which is the wife cheated on him. Well, this lady has to be like the dumbest lady alive in the history of women to leave Steve Harvey to mess with the bodyguard and then file for divorce on one half of what they have. And it's like, how is it we're so easy to believe like the negative ish about people? So the man now is posting his wife like he has always done, and people are still under the post saying he's just posting to prove a point. I mean, the man always posts his wife. If you check his page, he always talks about how amazing she is and how supportive she is, yada, yada, yada. But yet still, people are still saying he's posting now. So Steve Harvey has to be like the dumbest man alive, knowing his wife cheated on him, and still comes to save face on social media to pretend all is well. Not like the man owes us any explanation or anything of the sort. Until I hear from him and his wife admitting that there is or there was infidelity, and they both announce they're heading to divorce court, then and only then will I take anything from this. But it just goes to show how quick we are to just run with anything that is negative about a person or make somebody looks less in your eyes. You've seen people say, oh, they're happy, he deserves it. The man posts a picture with his wife saying, all is good over here. And people are still under the post saying, all is not good. Like, what is wrong with us? How somebody is saying to you that they're good, you're not friends with the people, you have no links to the people's lives, you don't live in the people's home, and the people is saying to you, we're good, and you're telling the people under their posts that they're not good. How can you be upset about rumors being untrue? You would be happy that, yeah, finally, because there's black women get so much flack, at least they've been together for how many years? How could you be happy to see other people? Marjorie, not you talking to, right? How can you be morning, Jennifer? Morning, Shauna. How can we be happy at other people's misery? I don't get it. And the way people are invested. I saw a couple of you Grenadians on the demand post as well. Where y'all know Steve Harvey from again? When y'all spoke to Steve, y'all have Steve number? I saw a couple of y'all under there saying that is the man is lying and you know he's just trying to cover up. I'm like, look at us. How y'all reach over here? Where y'all know Steve from? Y'all have Steve personal number. Y'all Steve cool like and Steve cool like that. The only Grenadian I've seen talking to Steve on his show was my friend Ashton Henry. That was like a couple years ago. He was on Steve's show, sitting on his couch discussing his business. That's the only Grenadian I've ever seen talking to Steve Harvey. Well, how you all reach out on the bad post that any money like? Listen, the things you see on social media, I swear, social media is not a real place. For somebody to come out and say to you, hey, there's no truth to this story. My life, right? So that is like me coming and saying to you guys, I'm good. There's no problem. There's no. And you're sitting there telling me, the owner of my life, the gatekeeper, the security, the everything, that is not so. I've never spoken to you, never had any sort of interaction with you, but you're trying to tell me what is going on in my life. I'm telling you that's not what it is, but you're telling me that's not what it is. Where y'all know Steve from to be so invested in a man's life, even if they are getting a divorce? That's rich people problems. That is not they're not on our level. That's rich people life. Steve Harvey can go on vacation for the rest of the year and it wouldn't even put a dent in his pocket. Steve Harvey could be jet all over the place, from one country to the next, living in penthouses and 10-star hotel, not even 5. So somebody came up for whatever reason, put this out there. It's not on any of the major blogs, like the credible blogs. And to me, that should be a major red flag, a major indicator that something is not right. That is not on all the major blog sites. And it's spreading like wildfire. All sort of people now become relationship experts talking about, yeah, they saw it coming. Somebody post what? They saw it coming because of the way he treated his first wife. And he left his first wife for her. And like, we y'all know that. Steve Harvey, what, 400 million? I'm telling you, I saw a couple of you under the man post telling him he's lying. I wish we were more invested in our personal lives than in people's lives. The way we take purchase, as my mother would say, in people's lives. It's hilarious the way we just invite ourselves into people's business without them asking us for an opinion, putting it out there, nothing. And that's not bad enough, No, what makes it bad is when you have an opinion that nobody asked for, and an opinion that is formed on nothing but your opinion. Not facts, because you don't know the people like that, never spoke to the people like that, and we have an opinion. Anywho's, I was laughing my head off yesterday when I saw a couple of you under the man posted in the money line, and he just putting up the pictures because one man, the two people who are not afraid to like openly love their wives, and show off their wives. Steve Harvey is one. Idonia is another. I'm always constantly amazed. They say you can take everything you see in the public eyes and it's not an indicator of what happens behind closed doors. But I always like the way he publicly loves on his wife and shows his wife love and, is not afraid to hide her. I've never heard his name in any sort of old talk with about other women. Never. And when he brought her on stage during that concert on Sunday and announced that she was pregnant, if you guys follow them, known they lost their only son a couple months ago to cancer, the only child, and now she's pregnant. Yes, and that guy from Sisters, the Ellis guy, K, and what's his name? Deville, something, but he's from Sisters. That show on BT, right? Um, they have four sons, and it's always, man. The way that man loves his wife is like, yeah, he's. So it's good to see, black love, and not all the horror stories we hear all the time. There are some good, decent men out there and couples out there, you know. So yeah, that Ellis dude, Steve, and what's his face, Idonia. I really like how they put. Um, I like how they openly, love their wives and show affection and celebrate them and thank them. Idonia really stands out for me. You know, it's always him and his wife. You know how much times you see artists and a whole bunch of man. His wife is always in the mix. His wife is always in the mix. Red Pepsi, Gucci Mane, yeah. There's quite a number of men you can call, like black men. So it's not all men that are bottom of the barrel. We have some good one. So the man came out and he said that is not true. Posted it on his social media pages that is not true. The wife posted something in her stories, and John Public is saying it's true. Boy, we love celebrating people's misery and doom, and I think it's more of a reflection of ourselves. Jacqueline, Dr. Phil, not black. I say black. And no, I don't. I watch Dr. Phil a couple of times, but to be honest, I can't take him on all the time. It's sometimes like, mm, I don't know. I can't take him on all the time. Anyways, so this lady wants to get her groove back. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a classic tale of when you live in, what is it, cardboard house? What does that call you? So the lady said that she married a young at 23 years old, and now she's 40. And she thinks she's finally coming into her own as a woman and needs something else, something exciting. She says, mind you, I have a solid family, marriage and family, but I just feel like I missed out on so much trying by tying myself down so early. And she wants to know, how does one get through this phase? So she married at 23. Now she's 40. And she thinks she's finally coming into her own as a woman and needs something else, something exciting. I have a solid family, solid marriage, but I just feel like I missed out on so much by tying myself down so early. How does one get through this phase? Miss? Sis? Like someone said under my post, you ain't missing nothing out here. Maybe you need to listen to the ladies' room more often to hear all the trial and tribulations and problems that these problems are giving. What make you think you missed something? Miss, you ain't miss nothing. Muhammad say you miss what? Infection, disease, licks, horn, open relationship. There's nothing out there. Or that's what's out here now. So if you have a solid marriage and family, and you feel like extra heated, blame it on the sun. It's really hot these days. Blame it on the weather. It's cool outside now, so you should be okay in a couple of days if the weather just remains nice like this. Don't go looking for problems because that's all there is out here. What you have is what a lot of people are looking for. security, solid marriage and family. And you're talking about excitement? Miss, stay with your bone armor because it ain't that nice out here. It's not. I don't know who told you differently, but it ain't nice out here for you to be. If you're feeling the urge, talk to your husband. Have a conversation with him. You bored. I mean, it's understandable. You're with somebody for a long time and getting that is why I never advocate for anyone to get married that young. I always say to people, live your life, explore, go on dates, do everything you want to do. I ain't telling you to go and run yourself carelessly all about the place. I ain't telling you to be no careless girl. I'm just saying when you get married that early, that's one of the things that happens later on down the road. You're bored and feeling that some exciting things have passed you by. Nothing them pass you by, miss, and are still passing you by. And I'm sure there's a lot of other wives feeling maybe feeling what you're feeling right now. And I'm pretty sure some good faithful wives can relate to you. But let me go out on a limb and recommend an old well loved song for you. Maybe you won't know it, but it's a singer named Charlene. She's like an old time singer that my mother always used to play. You can look up this song on YouTube. It's a song my mother always played back in the day. An artist named Charlene. And the title is I've Never Been to Me. I've never been, like BEEN, I've never been to me. Because there's a message in that song that might be relevant for you and those feeling like you are. Look it up on YouTube. It's called the artist's name is Charlene, and the song is called I've Never Been to Me. As with everything else, life can be monotonous at times, doing what you do faithfully day in, day out, and it can seem like it's a dull life, right? And often unmarried friends exaggerate their fun and can make a married person feel like they're missing out. But listen, those very single friends would often gladly trade places with you. They'll gladly give up their insecurity for your security. Sure and steady still wins the race. You have what many want. And when you have a good thing, don't throw it away chasing something out there in the other. It just doesn't make sense. It's pointless. The key will be to build adventure into the great family you're blessed with. And chances are, if you let the stable home you have slip away, you'll probably regret it the rest of your life. And I won't be surprised if one of your single friends tries to rush in to take your place. You mentioned coming into your own as a woman. The truth is, you probably came into your own as a woman way before now, and even before you got married. So now, as a more mature woman, do what is best for a great future for yourself and your family. Get creative, become more creative with your family. Do some new and exciting things with them. Go on hiking, go camping, go for some road trip, do something, drive around the island, build something new together, and become creative with your husband as well. Let him know that you want to learn new things. What's his name? And some clothing have horses that be riding up and down. I don't know if you have them for hire and people could go learn to ride a horse, go Latin dancing, go take a class, go do some knitting, go do something. You can also seek to become more creative romantically, go on the beach, moon nice, go on, do something. Sexually as well, learn new things in the bedroom, role playing, whatever. But don't just sit and look outside when you have everything inside. Challenge yourself, give yourself timelines to learn new disciplines. You could take up new hobbies, do some painting classes, do acting. I think Ken Roy is starting some public speaking classes soon. Go dancing. Do something that not might make you uncomfortable or nervous. Then push yourself to do it. Become adventurous. We say it's a small world, but it really is not. The world is huge. Great things to see and do. Scenery, architecture, it varies so widely from culture to culture and place to place. Be purposeful about seeing the world with your friends, with your family, with your husband, and by yourself. Go explore. Because with all you do it while maintaining a good relationship with your husband and the rest of your family. Maintain your solid marriage and family. You're 40 now, but when you're old, you'll be happy you did. If you're still feeling discontented, then you probably may need to seek some therapy. Go to couples therapy. Go to a counselor, therapist, somebody. But do not be no Stella and try to get no groove back. Get your groove in what you have. Too many times we throw away good things just because. Brent says it's not about learning anything new. She's bored because she got tied up in that too young. She said she has found herself. She will explore. Other people, not what we say. That marriage is not solid. Well, she said it's solid, so I'm just going on her on what she said. She said that she has a solid marriage and family. So if she's looking for something that is not in there, then they're heading on the road for problems. So she needs to identify what those needs are. What exactly makes her bored? Is it the relationship? Is it the sexual activities? Is it just being a wife? Has she slipped into a monotonous relationship where she knows every day is this, that, in this particular way? She needs to have a conversation with herself first to find out what is it that really makes her bored. She bored of being a wife, being a mother, whatever the case might be. So she needs to have a conversation with herself. Deborah says she had a great marriage, but not a fun one. So if that's the case, then we're heading down a slippery slope. So after marriage for 26 years, the relationship is never the same. Life and family. It's okay to get some real girlfriends and do stuff. Have girls' night. Never a dull moment with me because my husband doesn't like the same things I like, but it's okay to make yourself happy doing things you like. It sounds like she's happy with herself, just not with the marriage. I don't know what homeboy is doing or not doing, but she's bored. And whenever a woman says to you, they're bored in the relationship, in the marriage, watch out. Because sooner or later, she's going to start building resentment to said husband because she would blame him for having her in that position for so long, for getting married so early, like literally tying her down for so early. So it's going to become that solid foundation is going to start getting shaky. And it's already a bit shaky if somebody's saying that they're solid. So, friends, you have a point because you can be shaky and you can be bored, but at the same time, you're saying you have a solid marriage and family. There's some undermining taking place. The foundation is starting to get shaky. How do you have bored, but your relationship is still solid? Solid for your husband, but definitely not for you. Because here you are wanting, advice as how to get through this phase. Is it a phase? Or is it how you've been feeling for quite a while? Is it a phase or is it something you've been experiencing for a while? A phase is something that you pass, like you get over in quick time. And when you say that you found yourself, those are very telling words. because it means you no longer think you fit into the mold of who you are in this relationship as a wife. You're seeing yourself as more than that, and you want more for yourself, more for your life. So that can be problematic. I'm not sure how it's gonna work. The Lord move. I'll tell her to check on the spot on the spot hardware. The rock where our solid foundations begin. Tell her come up alive. No, but jokes aside, this is about her and not the marriage. That's right, Petra. This is about her, and she needs to figure herself out. Seeing that she now experienced herself, she needs help for herself. Someone says she got tied too young. I know how she feels. She don't know or fully understand who she is and what she wants. Sorry to say, she had to do what she had to do for herself. Might not mean the best decision, but she has to bear any consequences for her actions. When we're that young, we think we know what's good for us, but when we grow up and experience change how we view life. It's a tough one. It is a tough one. It's like you don't know. Tell her try power mint and ice. What power mint supposed to do for the lady voter, Jacqueline? Oh, that's supposed to help her. Listen, women generally check out of a relationship mentally before they do physically, right? And anytime you start with the I'm bored and I'm found myself, you're kind of on the checkout path. Because she got married at 23, now 40, and she says she's finally coming into my own as a woman. That's a huge flag right there, a huge red flag. I'm finally coming into my own as a woman and need something else, something exciting. Mind you, she says, I have a solid marriage and family, but I just feel like I missed out on so much by tying myself down so early. You're in for a rough ride. Because, like I said, you're going to now start resenting your husband. And you're going to be upset at yourself. Because, like you said, you think you missed out on a lot by devoting yourself so early to being a wife and mother. You're finally coming into your own as a woman, and you need something else, something exciting. It's not gonna last. If that's how you feel, y'all be heading for Splitsville, because nothing he does is gonna make you happy. You're gonna be complaining about everything. You're gonna be bored. I assume the solid is probably fine as good provider, lengthy relationship, yada yada. These things do not always make a relationship complete. Many unanswered questions here. We need to listen to her. Though, as she has said, I found myself and I am bored. This is the point where she must figure it out and see who she's taking with her or not. Thanks, Burns, for putting another spin on it, because I was looking at it from a cut and dry place, but you definitely made us see it from another angle. The solid could be, yeah, he's a good provider, good breadwinner. Probably they already have a nice house and, children don't need anything, they're taken care of. Children are probably grown and off to college or whatever the case might be and don't really need her like that. So, again, I say to people, don't get pulled into getting married so early because you'll be in this lady's position. At 23, like I said, you're supposed to be enjoying life, going on dates, exploring, getting your education, having friends, hanging out, you know, just enjoying your youth. So you could understand her at 40 feeling the way she feels. Like she gave up her entire youth, her entire 20s and 30s to become a wife and a mother and didn't even get a chance to like really, really, enjoy life. Princess, or her body clock has now switched to 23. It's not going to end well if she feels like that without getting the answers that she's seeking. What is the excitement she's looking for? Is she prepared to go through therapy, etc.? June Paul says nothing wrong with starting over. She probably needs to renew her vow. Although the marriage and family is solid, she can be bored. Girlfriend needs to give us more clarity. This scenario just have Rude and everyone else asking questions. Too many unanswered questions. Yep. They need to try praying and fasting. Yeah, they could try that, but when they finish, she's still gonna be bored. We need to get to the root of the problem. A lot of women are in that same predicament. They just don't speak on it. They just accept their lot in life and continue to put up this front of, happy life, happy wife to the public, but behind closed doors, they wish they could be out and about doing what they're seeing single women doing, enjoying themselves, hanging out, no responsibilities, no chick, according to my mother, chick, no chack to worry about. It could play with your psyche. So she's not the only one. I'm sure there are lots of women in that predicament who got married so early and immediately started having family, and it was never about them. Their life practically was on ice and having to take care of the home, husband, your children. And now that you've come up for air, you're thinking and you're going back to, wow, where did my life go? Where did the time go? What did I do? What do I have to show for myself? How did I show up for myself? It's a tough. This is so much of your witness. It's a tough predicament to be in because you feel like you're trapped between a rock and a hard place. Like your husband probably is a good provider, so you have a sense of guilt if you were to leave and do other things because he works hard, he provides for the family, he's been doing that for a while, but you're not happy. No matter how we try to spin it, it still comes back that you're not happy. So what are you going to do about it? What y'all talking about? Who want to marry at 40 even those? She must have a conversation with the husband too. They might need an intervener to be on, but be honest and open. Then decide. Love is also setting people free. Let them go. Just have to love her from afar and look for someone else to love. It's life. We just have to be emotionally mature. It hurts, but we must be fair and not selfish. Everyone's you're dropping some gems this morning. People think that you need to hold on to something to show that you love it. Sometimes you need to let it go. Oops. Call me back. I'm sorry. So maybe she needs a pastor or an open marriage. I'm not sure if that will work either. Hello. Caribbean men aren't on this open marriage thing. When they could have their open marriage with everybody, Jill, Jennifer, Jackie, whatever, but morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I have a few questions to be asked before one comes to any conclusion. One, how old is the husband? Two, does she work? What kind of lifestyle she had before? Who are her friends? What have she been told by friends? What does she look at? What is her lifestyle? You see, all these things could give you a false impression of what is there. You may think you are bored. Did she ever work? Was she always the one taking care of children? Did she go on the beach with the children? Does she go on the beach with the children? Is the husband a boring man? You see, there's a whole lot of things that could contribute to her. But a lot of them could be, some of them things could be false. For example, what she's being told, looking at the glitter, quote unquote glitter out there, all the parties, the how much, the whatever. Maybe the husband is an easygoing person, and she never tried to take him out of his easygoing ways. I mean, there are some people they are conservative until you deconserve them, right? I can tell you that. So it is a whole lot of things to do, and because you're married, I know of people, a couple of people who are married quite young, and they're together beautifully for upwards of 60 years. In some cases, one actually 62, 160, that sort of thing. And I ask them, how is it done? What have you been doing? And they tell me how the life go, what they did. In one case, one never worked. She was a homemaker, and the husband, the other one, they both worked, and that sort of thing. Don't make marriage sound as if it's boring at all, because it isn't. Well, of course, I'm speaking about my mom. I'm speaking about quite a few I know. I'm 35. There's nothing boring about my life, and there's all kind of joke that we make, all kind of thing we carry on with. Sometimes we just sit here on the porch like I am now, up to 11 and 12 in the night, just all talking about all sort of things. So it is. I'd like to know the picture. There are some questions that I don't know, so I would not, come to anything I like to know. So there are some questions that I like answered by her. Because 23 years, that is fairly young. Some people do that 20 and they go through till whenever. But I don't make it appear if it is a monster and it's necessary. The husband, it could be her and who she listens to, and who she quote unquote hang out with, or does not hang out, or what she look at on TV, internet, or etc. All these false things that you see there that make you believe life is so glorious out there.
I mean, I made that point earlier on. Sometimes, especially if you're listening to unmarried friends, and
Right.
they can exaggerate the fun and make a married person feel like they're missing out.
They're missing something.
So you have to be careful.
Try that with me already. You boy, you go and tie down yourself. I mean, I wasn't particularly young. Fairly young. I was 26, going on to 27, 26 and a half. When I got married. And men say, boy, you tie down yourself, but by then I've had a good life before. If you want to call it, when I'm playing the fool, that was pretty good. I did the numbers, and I got to a place where I knew what I was doing. People mature at different ages, especially men. Some men don't mature until they're 60. But in the woman case, generally, a woman knows what she wants by 24, 25, unlike most men. So I don't know. I wish she would, like you say, speak to herself, question it. What am I seeing here? Is this the real thing? Is this I want? Or do I want 2, 3 children? I want to know. Or tell him, this is what I want. I would like some more excitement. I'll continue. Let's go on some safari. But yeah, there are a lot of places in Grenada to see, notwithstanding it's so-called smallness. I could lose you in 15 minutes. A lot of countryside, you see river, go catch crayfish, whatever. There are a lot of things to do. And she's the one, she have to speak to him first and tell him, this is how we go. She don't necessarily have to tell him, I feel as leaving you, and them sort of thing. Partner, you find me a little bit settled. Let me do a thing now. Let me do this. Let me do that. It's only 17 years since the marriage. That is not a lot. I'm twice that month already. 17 years, that 17 years, the excitement is still real. If she's not working, she probably wanted a fire job. That might help. Instead of staying home all day and doing things. Wake up in the morning, you have something to do. You wake up, you prepare breakfast and lunch and thing, and you run out. You drop you off, you pick you up. That might add some spice to the thing, some variety.
Gotcha.
Take care.
All right, thanks so much. The way the woman's mind work. I'm telling you, sometimes you do all of that, and that's why I say women check out emotionally first before they do so physically. So it's tough. It's tough, man. Anyways, guys, I think that's about all the time. I will be back with you tomorrow, God's will. Yeah, I'll be back with you tomorrow, God's will, so we can pick up where we left off. All right. So thanks so much for the contribution. Yeah, Brent, you're right. We cannot ignore Andrea saying, "Oh, Caracol, spice up the things still up the islands." We cannot ignore what she said about how she's feeling. That is the base where the work needs to commence from. Why? And it requires professional intervention. We can only speculate. We're not in there. She was 23, it's 17 years of her life she did not have for herself. I think that is the day I found myself. That is where it came from. I think so too. I really think that's what's going on, And a lot of women can relate. When you feel like you've given so much to a person for the better part of your life and you don't feel satisfied that you've gotten anything, tangible in return. You don't feel emotionally satisfied. You feel depleted. You feel, like you gave so much of you and you haven't gotten half of it back. And it's not, I wouldn't say it's selfish to feel that way, but it's just a matter of knowing what you want. And like I said, not rushing down the altar at such an early age, taking time to understand who you are, what you want, and are you prepared to go through with it for the long haul? It might sound nice, planning a wedding and the dress and what he's gonna wear and the theme. It's all flowers and nice and smelling good, but marriage is where the problem really starts. So I hope you find yourself. I hope you can have an honest conversation with yourself and you're willing to seek help. And I wish you well. Hope to hear from you again so we can do another follow-up. All right. So guys, happy Tuesday. Thanks so much for powering up. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Thank you so much to our friends at Western Union for making this possible.